All right, viewers, welcome back. We are back this time with a nice shorter version. It's Carter's version, as promised, as we talked about yesterday on the podcast.
Yeah.
It is Carter Swift's era or turn or whatever you want to call it. Today, we're just going over Carter's takes, some good, bad, uglies of the San Diego State game. We're gonna hear a few Carter rants. That's what honestly that's worth the price of admission, which is a nice sweet free 99. And then Chris, actually, real quick to get us started, has a nice little preview of things to come. Chris, take it away.
Yeah. So everyone's all hyped about the football season as you should be. It's super exciting. But we got basketball starting up on Wednesday. I just wrote a season preview for 24/7 Sports. Check that out. I hope I did all right. I am going to be attending games tomorrow. They are holding their first interviews. I plan on going, so be looking for basketball interviews. My son just fell over for no apparent reason.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so if you like basketball, we got you covered for that as well. I'll be going to the games, I believe. I haven't got my official credentials yet, but Boise State's pretty lax on that. I think my football credential will get me in. So
Yeah.
be looking out for some highlights there. And then next week, next Sunday, Monday, whenever we do the podcast yet, we're going to let a couple games go through, take observations from that, and then we'll do like a full in-depth preview next week. That way I don't have to speculate on the starting lineup. I've seen the starting lineup a couple times now. So
Yeah. And unless you want like 2 hour long podcast viewers, we're going to just kind of try and focus on one thing at a time. If we, it's football is enough to chew on these days. Now, just a reminder the CFP rankings come out tomorrow. That's the only thing that matters tomorrow. And give it a look. Our predictions are, I think our consensus was Boise State's going to be in the 17 through 19 area.
what do you think, Carter?
That's exactly what I would imagine. The college. What was that you're drinking there, Chris?
That is the Red Power Ranger.
That is exactly what I thought it was. I saw that, and I'm sorry that distracted me for a
I'm
second.
sorry. You are the king of petty thoughts, but also easily distracted.
Very distracted. My ADHD told me so. But anyways, 17 to 19 is about what I would imagine. The college football committee is just disgustingly underranked group of fives. I also think we'll be the only one, even though Army is is undefeated. I don't think they're going
Ooh.
to throw Army in there. If they do, it'll be 25. I really don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I think they'll throw them 25 just because they're undefeated.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's what we said yesterday 24-25.
yeah. I honestly would be surprised if they threw them in there because I think they kind of learned their lesson about Liberty. Liberty has the worst schedule. Army has like the third worst schedule. So I think they're going to see that and be like, oh, they barely beat Air Force. They barely beat probably some other people. Like it's just not. I don't think they're that impressive. So if they're ranked 25th, I don't think they'll be ranked.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all the housekeeping. So, Carter, take the stage is yours. Take it away. What is your like good, bad, ugly San Diego State game? Any rants you've got? Let's go.
Yeah, really not much to rant about today. Probably won't get one honestly because it's
I'll
just
find a way.
you'll probably figure it out. I get triggered by easy stuff, but you know, I mean, San Diego State is one of the teams that I've hated the most within the Mountain West for a long time. If you follow my page, I argue with them probably too much, and beating them as bad as we did was just super sweet to watch. So sitting here racking my brain about the bad and the ugly, but I want to start out with the good first. Good on the offense, game ball offense is Maddox Madsen. I mean, just I think played his best game as a Bronco. I mean, just his best game. But I mean, San Diego State really helped him out by stacking 8-9 in the box. But I mean, still put up over 300 yards, multiple passing touchdowns, just looked comfortable in the pocket. So he gets the game ball. played his best game as a Bronco I've ever seen. And for defensive game ball, I'm giving it to the overall defense. The whole defense can take it because I think they played a solid game. And Danielson said this today. They gave up 5 explosive plays, which is right about the mark that you want to keep it at. I mean, they had sort of duck pass go down, so that could have been bad. But overall, I think it's just a solid performance. Just never in doubt that, or it was never in doubt the outcome of the game. San Diego State never had a chance. And I think the defense, stuffing them, pick six, another pick from Tubner, goes up 28-0. They helped out just as much as the offense. So
Now, before you get on to anything like a bad or uglies or anything, I'm actually curious, going back to something that we discussed last week in Carter's version, the debut, the beginning of the Carter era, the play calling. So on offense, specifically like the run game, I saw more variety. Did you notice that?
yes, and that was actually my ugly, so I'll jump ahead.
Oh,
I'll jump
okay.
ahead. My ugly is my take on the play calling.
Okay.
Because well, I mean, here's the thing. They did a toss and Ashton barely caught it, and I was like, well, that's not good for my my want of outside run plays. And then they did another outside run play and he got stuffed for 3 yards, and I was just like, I gotta eat crow on that. When you put 9 people in the box, who thought that they would be able to move laterally and meet him in the hole on a toss play? Who would have thought that? Probably Dirk Cutter. That's why we haven't been doing it. So that's my ugly, is actually my own take, because I wanted it to happen. Dirk probably saw this and he's like, okay, let's do it. And it didn't work. So I think all faith in Dirk Cutter from now on when it comes to play calling. My only gripe was sort of the outside run plays, and I saw why it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, then we also had a little trickeration in there.
Which trick play was that? I don't remember.
There was,
didn't work right.
We had a flea flicker?
We had a flea flicker. They tried to flick a flea and it didn't work.
It must have been when they were coming towards. I sit in the south end zone, so I think the angle. Yeah, so I probably missed that.
And honestly, I didn't see it live either. I only saw it till after I watched the game on TV. I don't know how we both missed it, but I understand, Carter.
Yeah, just the angle. Like sometimes I miss plays. I did see the fake punt, fake punt. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Loved that. That was so funny to me that we faked a punt. And Danielson today, he was like, we secured the fake punt in a critical moment. It was 42-10. Like, that's not a critical moment. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. That was clearly the game was over and they just were messing around. So it wasn't critical, but I thought it was funny.
Yep.
No, I love that. And, sidebar, when I was living in Boise and I had season tickets, it was into the for the north end zone, which that is the best end zone. So shout out to the north end zone gang. You guys are awesome.
Well, and they're probably pissed at the school right
now.
now.
So that gang's breaking up.
That gang's about to be gone.
Oh, that's right, with the new
new thing.
People are not happy about it either.
They're kicking them out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to sit in one of those like boxes or whatever they're putting it, whatever you call them.
Like, the premier seat box, the premier seating. Like, I get why they're doing it, and I feel bad for them. But I mean, you got to advance the stadium, and that's the best way to do it. Like, I mean, if they were to kick me out of my south end zone seat to make it a full bowl, if it wasn't down there, I'd understand. We have to upgrade Albertson Stadium, and that's just. You got to break some eggs to make an omelet, and that's the eggs we got to break.
Yep.
Yeah, they're bleachers anyway.
Yeah. So they'll find a way. They'll figure it out. Yep. I think what'll be really, we're getting off topic here, but I don't care anymore. What I think what'll be really interesting is if what they do with the student section, because I hate that the student section is that one long strip. It needs to be a whole row, like behind the opposing team seating. It's got to be something like that. Putting students all the way up in the nosebleeds is just not the way I think to do it.
I agree. I've never understood that. I haven't visited many other college stadiums, but I've never seen anybody else do 2 years.
Yeah,
But
I
I
truly don't know how it works, but it just looks dumb to me.
Yeah.
So
I'll give the students credit. Like when I was there, one of the things that really used to annoy me was people would like be gone after the first quarter, whatever. It's like you guys don't realize you get 6 home games a year and you're just gonna go bounce for you know what. But the students this year, not only are they showing up, they're selling out, they're staying and they're getting loud, they're creating chaos. So shout out to the students. You guys are better than both of my classes. So
yeah, they've really been doing awesome, but I think the university still needs to do better. Put them somewhere where they can be utilized more, and I'm sure they'll do it. They got stuff on. Like, they got a list of stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, we're off topic.
yeah, back
My
to
bad.
okay. What
My
are your
bad.
gripes?
Yes, the ugly was my play calling. The good was Maddox and overall defense, and the bad is the special teams. Not really because they did anything wrong per se. I'm just tired of weird squid kicks and just shit looking weird. I don't. It just doesn't look like we're as well polished. Stacy Collins,
Yeah.
we're supposed to be this great coordinator, but we're still experimenting into week 10. Like, we have a few games left. We're in November and we're still trying to figure out how to place a ball.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure there's more to it, but outsider's point of view, it's like, why is this one thing been the constant? Well, we could say that about the secondary too. Like, there's all Boise State is a constant. There's one problem that needs to be fixed, and it never gets fixed. It's been the secondary, now there's special teams, but whatever. So
Well, I got
that
news for you. There's programs that have got 4 or 5 things to fix. I think we should be pretty.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll take the one. That's honestly not that bad, except for the Oregon game. Really not that bad.
I'm still not
Well,
ready
that's
to
a
talk
pretty
about
big
that.
accept, but I
It's a massive accept. It is probably the biggest one you could give, but if you take that away, it really hasn't been that big of a deal. It's just, we could have beat the number 1 team in the country, but
Yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. But even I'll take a close 3-point loss at Autzen, even with all that. And the team. So one thing we talked about yesterday is that the team is getting better every week. The offense getting more balanced. That passing attack's looking better. Like, I feel more confident playing Oregon. If we were to play Oregon next week, I'd feel better than I did however many weeks ago it was.
Yeah, honestly.
I want Notre Dame in the first round. I think we beat Notre Dame. I'm just saying it now.
I think we beat a lot of teams, but we could save that for like an actual episode. But
Yeah.
I think we beat a lot of teams.
Yep.
Yeah. So Carter, I guess moving on, we are now going to face the team whose fan base, I think we agreed last week, just kind of sucks.
Who does suck is their whiny person. I found a topic to rant about. I'm so happy that a specific person was not hired. I don't want to say his name because I'm followed by some former Bronco players. Maybe some of them watch it. They know who I'm talking about, but I'm not trying to be rude here. But from what I've heard, it wasn't a good mesh during the search process, and I think what has been shown at Nevada kind of sends that message home of like, this wasn't going to work, and I'm glad it wasn't that person. It seems to be a lot of pettiness that I love, but when it's somebody talking bad about us, about the conference we're joining, stuff like that, it's like, you're a little bitter. It's obvious.
You're
also,
the
like,
king of
dude,
petty thoughts. He's the emperor.
Yeah. Honestly.
But also, dude, you're the head coach of an FBS program. Get over it. You got a job. Like, go turn Nevada into something that resembles competence.
Exactly. Nevada has needed a leader for so long. That's why Jay Norvell left, is because nobody wanted to step up and be a leader. Now he's at Colorado State, which could somehow make the Mountain West Championship, I hope. But still, not that much better. But at least they try. Like, I saw a video of Nevada this morning, like their attendance for homecoming. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It's so bad. So they need somebody that they kind of need a Danielson, like somebody to rally the troops, and saying, "Oh, in 3 years we beat that team by 30 or whatever." It's like, okay, well, you could have beat them now. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
be that way. So yeah. So we got Nevada. I feel bad for their fan base, honestly. Like,
Oh, you shouldn't.
I don't know, bro. Like, listen, I was a young kid that had my heart broken by Colin Kaepernick and that Wolfpack. I hated them to my core. But at a certain point, you're beating a horse skeleton. Like, they
Well,
have been dead for so long. Like, at a
I'm still
certain
beating
point,
that skeleton because I'll never forget that game.
I get it. It was definitely heartbreaking.
And we hated Colin Kaepernick before it was cool.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We did. We hated him. We
Not
hated him
going
for
there,
the
though.
right reasons, the good
Yeah.
reasons.
No, not going there though.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
There he is.
Look at him go.
Unmute us. Say, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Oh,
All right.
boy. Yeah. So I mean, it's so hate, pity. Honestly, it's just how could you be a Nevada fan? And I'm gonna jump into my game preview now, just kind of going off of the pity thing. But you know, I think we're gonna get revenge for that game because Nevada just looks terrible. I mean, they had that game against SMU at the beginning of the year, and I was like, okay, the head coach could be doing something. And ever since then, it's just been awful. And I think Ashton Genty's going to have a day. They have the 80th rush defense in the country. I mean, the 87th total defense, the 91st red zone defense. I mean, even when it comes to like the passing game, they have the 63rd team passing efficiency. They have the 130th third down defense in the country.
Oh, jeez.
They are allowing .496 on first down attempt or third down plays. And so it's just I honestly am surprised that the line isn't even lower than it is.
What is the line?
Minus 25.
25. All right. We were talking about that before the show.
I think San Diego State was minus 23.5, and we blew the doors off of them. And I think San Diego State would blow the doors off Nevada. I'm honestly surprised it's not minus 30, but I don't know how low it can go for D1 programs. But I mean, this team just looks flat, no motivation, nothing to look forward to. I mean,
it's they don't.
I mean, yeah, I didn't even know their record right now. This is a live reaction to their record. Nobody tell me. Let's see.
All they have to look forward to is potentially like the transfer portal to try and get a shot at a better place.
Who wants to go there? Nobody wants to live in Reno. The best thing about that place is the TV show. That's not even actually there.
Okay, actually, viewers, place or rank, if you couldn't live in Boise, what town or city or location in the Mountain West would you live? And I think the low-hanging fruit is Honolulu. Try and get creative here. If it's not Boise or Honolulu, then where else are you living in the Mountain West? Mountain West Conference.
Call me crazy, but I would love Laramie. I think that fits my vibe.
I can't. I've been to Laramie. That place.
I will say I've never been to Laramie. I've spent quite a bit of time in Montana, so it's kind of ish, I think. But
Montana's better.
I think I'd have to go like Fort Collins, maybe San Diego.
I mean, it would be San Diego. I mean, that's the best thing they got going for them is the town. I mean,
yeah,
I can admit that.
Not the state.
Not the state. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Nevada hasn't even had a bye week yet. So because they're 7-3, aren't we on week 11? So maybe they've had one bye week.
Yeah, they had one because they played in week 0.
Karter,
they played in week
7-3.
They're
like
3. No, they're 3-7. They're 3-7. And so I was like sitting there. I was like, I'm not a math major, but I mean, they've lost 3 games in a row. I'm pretty sure they've been on a long stretch of like just tough games, tough environment. So I don't. It's just going to be a slaughter. There's no reason to worry about this game. I think it's probably one of the easiest games we have left, the easiest game of the season. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's by far the easiest game left.
Oh yeah, like I just can't. I can't even fake like any like, oh, we gotta watch out for this. With San Diego State, it was Trey White because he led the country in sacks. I don't know what to be afraid of. There's nothing.
Are you
quarterback
boys
can run a little bit?
You boys both going to be there?
Yeah.
Yep, I will be there. I gotta find my media pass. I don't know where that went.
Just remember, it's a blackout.
Yep.
I wear black every year. Actually,
I had to wear black last time, so it's no problem at all. But finishing it out, I mean, it's a blackout. We're gonna
He's really pounding home this blackout thing. I think Evan needs to go have a drink or something. I don't know.
Apparently so.
Yeah, you haven't done
I mean, what is their total offense? Do they even have a good offense?
No. I mean, no, not really.
I mean, let's just see here real quick because I'm about to make a prediction.
I don't even like their uniforms.
Brandon Lewis is decent.
I don't even know who that
is.
Their
uniforms make me sleepy.
Oh, they have
I mean, they have the 75th offense in the country. Like, honestly, this could be a 63-10 blowout. I just don't know where Nevada is going to find the mustard to do anything. So, yeah.
Yep. It'll be ugly. Let's all enjoy it.
Yep, it's going to be a good game for us. That's all I know.
I certainly hope so. And viewers, that brings us to the end of a very petty podcast. Maybe that's what we should call it instead of Carter's version, the petty podcast.
The petty podcast. Monday petty.
Monday petty, where we just really dig into our gripes, grievances, and make fun of teams we hate.
You know what we should do? We should keep track of the views for this one. Keep me on Monday and then Sunday, and see how people enjoy the petty thoughts.
Ooh,
not sure how if you're gonna like that result there, Carter.
I mean, maybe not, but then if it goes good for me, I feel like a celebrity.
Okay, all right,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Have my own spin-off podcast. Who knows?
Viewers, tell us what you think. Do you want to keep it Carter's version, our little Carter Swift thing here, or the petty podcast? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and go Broncos.